Hi everybody, today we are going to learn about comparing two-place decimals. We've already done some comparison work with decimals, so today we're just taking it to another level by comparing two-place decimals. So I'm going to start with this problem right here, and I want to figure out which is the smaller decimal and which is the larger one. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my whole number, or the amount I have before the decimal point. So in this problem, I have a 2 over here, and I also have a 2 over here. So that tells me that I do have to go past the decimal point and look at the decimal amount to figure out which one is larger. One trick that can be really helpful with this is making sure that the amount of digits past the decimal point is the same in both numbers. Here I have 2 digits past the decimal point, but here I only have 1, and that can get a little confusing with comparison. So I can make this have 2 by adding a 0, because remember we learned we can add zeros on the ends of decimals, and it doesn't change anything. So now I'm comparing 12 hundredths to 90 hundredths, and I know that 90 hundredths is more, so I now know that that is the larger decimal. Let's try this with a couple more problems. I want you to try these 3 on your own. So you can pause the video, try out the strategy I just showed you, and also remembering what you've already learned about comparing decimals, and try to figure out which is the larger and which is the smaller decimal between these two, and between these two. So you can hit pause and try that now. Okay, so hopefully you have some answers and you're ready to see if you're right. So for the first one, we're going to start by looking at what comes before the decimal point. Here I have 43 before the decimal point, and here I have 4. I don't need to go any further than that because I know that 43 wholes is more than 4 wholes. So this is definitely the larger decimal. For the second problem, I had 98 before the decimal point here, and I also had 98 before the decimal point here. So they're equal so far, and that means I do need to go past the decimal point to figure out what the larger decimal is. I'm going to use that trick I showed you before because this is 2 digits and this is only 1. So I'm going to add that 0 to help make the comparison easier. Here I have 2 hundredths, here I have 20 hundredths, so this is my larger decimal. Okay, for this last one, I have 236 before the decimal point here. I also have 236 before the decimal point here, so I do need to go past the decimal to find my answer. I don't need to add any zeros because I have 2 places on both. I just need to figure out which is larger. Here I have 15 hundredths, here I have 55 hundredths, so this is the larger decimal. So these are just problems written in a slightly different way, same idea. So this one says which is greater and then gives you 2 choices. So pause the video and try to figure out which is the greater decimal. Okay, so hopefully you have an answer. Let's see if you're right. So when I'm comparing these, I first look at my whole number. Here I have 562. Here I also have 562. So I need to now look at the decimal. I have 2 places in both, so I don't need to add any zeros. Here I have 41 hundredths. Here I have 38 hundredths. So an answer to which is greater, this one would be greater because 41 is greater than 38. So my answer would be 562.41. Here, this question is asking me which is smaller. So pause the video and see if you can figure it out. Okay, so hopefully you have an answer. Let's see if you're right. Here, I have 89 before the decimal point. Here I have 243 before the decimal point. So I don't need to go any further because those are very different numbers. I just need to figure out which is smaller. 89 is definitely smaller than 243. So 89.67 is my smaller decimal. Okay, so again, this is the same concept, slightly different way of doing it. So here they're asking me to arrange these in decreasing order. So I do first need to think about what does decreasing order mean, and it means starting with the biggest number I have and then getting smaller. So out of these 4 choices, I'm going to be looking for my biggest number to start with. We're going to do the same thing we've been doing all along and look at what comes before the decimal point. So I have a 2, a 0, a 0, and a 2. So when I'm looking for the greatest decimal, it's either this one or this one. So these two are out of the running right now. When I look past the decimal point, I do notice that here I have 2 places, and here I only have 1. So I'm going to add that 0, and then I'm going to see which is the largest one. So 200th on this side, 20/100th on this side. So this is my largest decimal. I'm going to start with that. My next one is going to be this one. And now I have these two, and I need to figure out between these two which one would come next in order, so which is the larger one. They both have 0 to start, and when I look past the decimal, I do notice that this only has 1 place and this has 2. So I'm going to add that 0, and now I have 20/100ths and 2/100ths. So 20 is going to come first, and this one's going to come last. And now I have them in decreasing order. So I want you to try this next one on your own. You can pause the video and give it a shot. I want you to notice it asks you to arrange them in increasing order. So that means you're going to start with the smallest one and get larger. So pause the video, give it a try. Okay, so you're back. Hopefully you have an answer. Let's see if you were right. So I'm going to be looking for the smallest decimal to start with. So I have 74, 7, 7, and 80. So for my smallest decimal, it's going to be one of these two. I do notice I have 2 places here and only 1 here, so I'm going to add that 0. And then I have 45/100ths or 80/100ths. So for my smallest decimal, it's definitely going to be this one to start. And then this is going to be my second one. Now I'm going to continue in increasing order, so I'm looking for the next smallest one. This was 74, this was 80. So 74 would definitely come next. And this would be my last one because it's my largest one. So today for your independent work, you are going to complete page 29 and 30 in your math workbook. That's the required work for today. If you're looking for a little bit of extra practice, you can do page 31, but it's not required. It just has some more additional problems on it. Good luck.